everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark, and today I want to talk about different features that you should be using on Poshmark or hacks on how to do certain things on Poshmark. These are things that I see come up on a day-to-day basis where people are asking how they can do this or what this feature is, and these are just things that I've compiled a list of that I think will really help you with your day-to-day activities on Poshmark. So if that is something that is interesting to you, definitely keep watching and make sure that you're subscribed, because I make Poshmark videos and reselling videos every single week, and I would love to have you stick around for more videos in the future. And without further ado, let's get right into the video because I'm just very excited to talk about these features with you. Okay, so the first one that I've already talked about in a prior video, but I see a lot of people still asking how to do this, and so I just figured I would touch upon it in this video in case you missed that other video. But people always ask if they can send a discount on Poshmark without having to provide a shipping discount, and the answer is yes. Yes, you can. If you use the offer to likers, it's going to make you give a shipping discount along with lowering the price by 10% on the item. So this really makes you have to, lose a lot of money with the sale because you have to lower the price and you have to send a shipping discount, which a lot of people don't like doing. So here is how you go around that. You send an offer through the bundle, which is basically the same thing. It still goes to the buyer and it still gives them a notification that you sent them an offer. But this is good because one, it's a private discount, so it's just between you and one other the other person, and two, you don't have to provide that shipping discount. So I also like this because it's a private offer, because a lot of the times I don't want to send out an offer to every single liker of the item. So here's how you send an offer through the bundle. So if you have the item that the person has liked, you can go to their page, go to their closet, and I'll show a demo of this right here, but you go to their closet, you click the little bundle icon right next to their handle at the top, and then you click the little menu icon on the right and click switch to sell view, and this is going to bring you to their bundle for your items. And if you were still in the buy view, that would be if you were buying some of their items. But when you click to that sell view, you could see all their likes down below. So you could actually see if they've liked a prior item as well, or if they've just liked the one item. So if they've liked just the one item, you can go ahead and click the little plus below the item, and that will add it to their bundle, and you'll see that populate right above. And if they've liked multiple items, you could actually add multiple items to that bundle and send them an offer that way. And so this is, again, like I said, great for many different reasons, but it's also great because a lot of people have sent out offers to buyers before and they can't send out the same offer that they've sent. Say they sent out offers to likers before and a buyer has now reached back a couple days late and said, oh, I missed the offer, it expired, can you resend it? Well, it won't allow you to resend the offer through offers to likers without, lowering the price. So you could just send it through the bundle. You could send that same exact offer with, if you discounted the shipping or if you don't want to discount the shipping, but you could send it through the offer or through the bundle and it will work just as well. So this is actually beneficial for many reasons, not only just because you don't have to provide the shipping discount, but because in case a buyer missed the offer or anything like that, you can just send it through the bundle and it works just as well. And a lot of the times you can actually, if they liked multiple items, you can say, hey, I saw that you liked 2 of my items, I have a bundle discount. If you purchase now, you'll automatically get 15% off. And a lot of those bundle discounts apply automatically, so you don't even have to send them an offer. And that's basically like as if you were providing that discount. So bundling and sending offers through the bundle are a great way to send out offers without having to provide a shipping discount. Okay, so the next one is vacation mode. I get a lot of people that are asking me when they should use vacation mode. Is vacation mode good to use? Will it hurt your closet? All these different questions. And so I am here to talk to you about vacation mode and what I recommend doing with it. So vacation mode is just basically where you could put your closet on vacation mode so no one can purchase things if you are out. So if you are going on a long vacation or if you're only going to be away a couple days, you have that option to close your closet, and this just allows no one to purchase anything, and it basically puts a not for sale tag on every single item in your closet. And this way you don't have to kind of do it individually for each item, it just does it for all of them, and then it says at the bottom of your page, you'll be back at, whatever date you set. So I really don't recommend using this unless you're really going to be away for quite some time, and here's why. So when you use this, it really slows the activity that goes to your closet. And I've actually realized when I was using this in the past couple years, I don't use it anymore now unless I'm really going away for a while, but when I used it, it would prevent me from getting a lot of shares to my closet. It would prevent me from getting a lot of follows. And it would prevent me from really getting a lot of likes either. People weren't really discovering my items. And maybe this is because I wasn't sharing my items either. So that's also not helping. But just when you're on vacation, unless you're going to be away for several weeks, I really don't recommend using vacation mode. It actually will slow your page and it'll slow the momentum down, and it actually is really like time consuming to get back into the groove of things. I think the last time I really used this was when I was away for a couple days, and then I was struggling to get that momentum when I got back. So here's what I will recommend if you do really want to put your closet on vacation mode. If you're going away for a couple days and you're afraid of making a sale, here's what you can do. You can close it for maybe like the first couple days, but say you're going to be gone for 4 days, I would reopen it by like the second or third day, because that is going to help you start getting that momentum again and start getting people to see your closet. And you could also share your closet in those 2 to 3 days that you're now open, and that's going to help you get that momentum back quicker, and you don't have to wait as long after you get back to then have that momentum going. I think this will actually really help you, and it will really help too because maybe you'll make a sale on the third or fourth day that you're away, and then when you're back, you could just pack it and ship it out. So I think that this is better than keeping your closet on vacation mode until like the exact day that you get back. I think it can't hurt to have it open, maybe a day or two before you get back. And it's not going to matter too, because your ship time is not going to change that much just for that 1 or 2 orders. So if you're going to really use vacation mode and you really feel more comfortable using it, definitely open your closet back up a couple days before you get back. This is going to help you so much more than you think. And let me know down below if you use vacation mode or if you have the same issues when you use it. I really don't use it. I haven't used it at all this year. And I know when I was using it last year, I was facing those slow days afterwards. And I think when I don't use it this year, it's actually making it so I'm making more sales. So let me know if you use it or if you've had the same kind of issues where it's just like a very slow couple of days after when you get back, because no one wants to deal with that. When you get back, you really want to start making more sales. So if you have the same issues, let me know down below. Okay, so the next feature I want to talk about is the Reposh feature and what it is and what it means. And so a lot of people get confused because they think somebody is stealing their photos and their listings when they're using the Reposh feature. So what the Reposh feature is it's basically a way for someone who purchases your item to resell it if it doesn't fit them or if it's not exactly what they were looking for. And here's why this is okay. Because maybe someone that is just purchasing on Poshmark doesn't really want to set up a whole page to be a reseller, and maybe it's just a one-off purchase. Maybe if something doesn't fit them because they can't return it, they just want to relist it, but they don't want to go through the process of taking all the photos and the measurements and everything like that. So that's what the Reposh feature is for. It's for those kind of scenarios. And so basically everyone has the Reposh feature on by default in their closet. You can turn it off, but however, if you turn it off, then somebody can basically just take screenshots of your listings and then repost them as their own, which is not okay. You shouldn't do that, but I've seen people do that anyway. But then they still have to go through the process of filling out the description and stuff. But everyone has it on by default, and I personally think it's okay, and I have mine turned on. But I know a lot of resellers that don't like it because they think that somebody's just stealing their photos and using their descriptions and using, the hard work that they put into it. But in reality, it's giving you credit when they are reposhing your item. It says on the bottom of the screen whose listing this originally was. And so I don't think it's by any means them stealing your listing and stealing your photos. I think it's a nice feature that they have because they can't return. This is their way to be able to make their money back on the item and get it to somebody that could actually use that item. And so a lot of people are like, well, why is this okay if someone's stealing my photos with the Reposh feature, but it's not okay to use stock photos? And so the difference between that is the Reposh feature, you give Poshmark permission to use when it's turned on. And so you could turn it off if you don't want someone to be able to use your photos. But stock photos, you don't have permission from the company to use. So that's what the difference is. You are giving Poshmark permission for other people to use your photos when you have the Reposh feature turned on. And yes, it's by default, but you can go in and turn that off if you're not okay with it. So that is kind of what the difference is. A lot of people get them confused and they say, well, how is it okay that someone's stealing my photos that I took when they didn't ask me, but it's not okay that I use a company's photos? And that is exactly why, because technically you gave permission to Poshmark and to the buyers to be able to use that by having that feature turned on. So I don't think it's a bad thing. I think people should have that feature turned on. I don't think it's, going to cause any problems. However, I do find that a lot of the times I will go to someone's page when they were being difficult with me, and I'll find that they just kind of reposh everything, and then it ends up they're just ripping people off and trying to like flip those items. And to that, it's like, well, whatever, I can't really do anything about it. As long as I made money on the item and I sold it for a price that I was willing to, then I don't really care. It's more just annoying at that point, but that is a few cases that you will see some people do that. Okay, so the next question I get a lot is, how do I photograph long dresses in Poshmark because it's a square photo? So here's what you do. You take the photo on your iPhone or any other camera that you use. I use my iPhone. I think it's just easiest. And because I prefer to take the picture on my phone than in the Poshmark app, because I do my photo room edits and stuff like that on the phone, or I do the close-up pictures and the measurements and stuff, I take all my pictures on the phone. But then a lot of people are like, well, then the long dress is not going to fit in the square photo when you upload it to Poshmark. And to that I say, no, it will fit, because you can just use the pinch out feature on Poshmark. And I'll do a demo of this on the side here just so you can see what I'm talking about. But when you go to upload your photos to Poshmark, you can rotate them, you can pinch them to zoom in or out. And so you can actually edit them a lot. And a lot of people don't know that you could do this. So you can pinch out the photo and zoom in. So it's basically going to make the photo smaller, and it's going to add a white background to the outside of it. And so this is a good way to be able to list dresses if you normally can't, because a lot of people are like, well, the long dress isn't going to fit, and then it gets cut off. So this is exactly how you do that. You would just pinch out on the screen, and it would kind of zoom into the dress. And you could do this with other items as well. It doesn't have to be just dresses. You could do it for anything that is a longer, bigger photo that doesn't fit in that square. But I think you'll get the best results from doing this rather than taking it from a really, really far away angle on your phone in the square, because then it's gonna be really hard to see what the dress looks like. It's gonna be really hard to see what the patterns are, and the picture's just not gonna come out as good, and it's probably gonna get cut off. So don't forget about that feature when you're uploading. I don't know if there's a way to do it on a computer. I've seen a couple people say that they upload directly from their computer. I don't know if you could do that on there, but you could definitely do it on the phone. So maybe for those one-off pictures that you have that you need to zoom out, you could do those on the phone, and then you would be able to use that. And don't forget about the rotate feature either, because if you take a photo sideways, you definitely want to rotate it in Poshmark because you want it to be the upright position. Okay, so the next feature I want to talk about is how to delete an active offer on a listing. Again, this is something I have definitely talked about in a prior video, but so many people still, I see, are asking this every single day, and I think it's so important that more and more people know about this, because it's not a very obvious way, and it's not very in your face. So here is how you can delete that active offer. Say you sold it on another platform, or you sent the wrong offer, or maybe you had a typo and you need to take the offer back. And here's how you do that. So what you would have to do is go into the item, go into the listing, click edit, and then just change the size of the item to anything else. And even if it's a one size, just type in a different, like just say NA or something like that, and then hit save or hit share or whatever it is. And then you will see at the bottom that any active offer will go away. And then all you have to do after that is just change the size again back to the original size. And then you can go in and send those offers out again. Now, if you try and send out a offer that is higher than what you just sent out, if you used offers to likers, like I mentioned in the first tip, it's not going to allow you to do that, or it won't allow you to send the exact same offer. So go ahead and send that offer through the bundle, and you will have luck sending out that offer that you wanted to send out originally. And the final feature I wanted to talk about in today's video that I see coming up more and more on Poshmark, and I've actually dealt with this several times in recent weeks, is how to cancel an accidental purchase. So a lot of people have been seeing that in live shows, people have been accidentally purchasing during their show, and then they're getting a message after saying that they weren't in the show, or they didn't know that they purchased something, or whatever it is. I've had it happen to me several times now. It's very annoying. It's very frustrating for the sellers, but here's how you cancel it. Because after the show, if there's a certain amount of time that's gone by, the buyer can't cancel it anymore. So you as the seller have to do that. And you don't have to cancel the offer. There's nothing that says you have to. In fact, all offers are binding and all sales are final on Poshmark. But if you have the heart and really want to cancel the offer, I always do. I think it's the right thing to do. It gives the best customer service. All you would do is go into the order and go into problems inquiries, and then just say cancel order. and then you would just say like buyer mistake or buyer request, whatever it is, and then the order will cancel, and then you can relist the item. You can go back in to the problems inquiries and then say mark listing for sale, and it will remark that item for sale. And so it's a very easy process. Unfortunately, there's nothing that you can do about an accidental purchase. I think they're very frustrating. I think there needs to be a better way to handle these accidental purchases. In fact, it shouldn't be so easy for a buyer to accidentally purchase something on Poshmark, but in the meantime, until they figure out a solution, here's how you can cancel those accidental purchases. And this comes in handy a lot more than you think. Also, if somebody just accidentally purchases something on the app, not in a live, just in general, you can do the exact same steps and that will cancel their purchase. So these are the features that I wanted to talk about in today's video. I hope these are helpful. I hope these are things that you've experienced that you didn't know how to do, or I hope these are things that you can take going forward and use in your day-to-day actions on Poshmark. I think these are all great tips, and I've learned them along the years, and I wanted to share them with you guys because I figured they would be helpful for somebody else out there, especially because I see these things being asked on a daily basis, and I just figure if I put them all in one video, it'll help anyone that has those questions. So if you want to see more features that I highly recommend using that are going to help you have more success on Poshmark, you can go ahead and click right here. And if you want to see how May was for me in terms of sales, I had a crazy month and I had something really insane happen to me that I've never had happen to me before. If you want to see how May was, then you can go ahead and click right here. But until next time, I will see you then.